Wholeness, wholeness, beautiful beings. Welcome to Runes of Silvertree. This is Silvertree here, Naja Rashida Silvertree. May this message find you well and whole today. In the intro for today, it's a little different. There's no vision, there's no analysis, there's just a new moon energy reading for today, and then we're going to get straight into the rune readings and the sigil. So the title of today's message is A New Hope, a Good Omen. I'm feeling phenomenal this morning, and I have this new excitement that I haven't felt in such a really long time. This month, November, is my arrival month, my birthday, okay, my new year. By the 19th, God willing, by the 19th of November of this month, on a Friday, which is a full moon, I will be 33 years old. And 33 is a master number if you're into numerology. Okay, it's a very important age. I think 30s is an incredibly important age. Any age is important, but I'd say that there's certain ages that hold a lot of significance. And so 3, which adds to 6, and we're entering into a new year. In a couple of months, we have 2022, and you have 2, which is 6. 6 is, I feel, is a very feminine number. It's a number of nurturing. It's a number of like self-care and a different kind of flow. This year's been a lot of 5 energy, a lot of I call it the wheel. Okay, and there's just been incredibly just a large amount of movement and change. That 5 number brings change, and then that 6 brings like almost a balance, a decision that's being made. So I want to get into the new moon energy. I thank you all for listening to the messages that I give you from Source. I'm a conduit of Source and a student of life, and I'm here to be present with you and to give you something that I feel may be useful for your path. And as always, please check out Ceka's channel, Zen Wombs. Zen Wombs 2, and then she's creating a 3rd channel. I believe it's called Zen Womb Earth Domes, or Womb Earth Domes. I have to double check that for sure, but please give her a heads up and subscribe to her channel. She's a powerhouse. She has a lot of useful information. Thank you so much for listening, and let's get into the new moon energy. So, new moon energy. Now, I have recently started a 3rd YouTube channel called Seeds of Silvertree. You can go ahead and check that out, where I've made a video, a very brief video discussing the topic of astrology and how I'm kind of backing away from it. It just does not resonate with me. I find that it was incredibly helpful for me for many years to understand the persona and the ego, the personality and the subconscious mind. It was incredibly useful for me, but I no longer use it. Thus, in this new moon energy reading, I'm not going to dive into the horoscopes or zodiac signs or anything of that nature. It's all about the energy. It's all about this new cycle. So this channel isn't primarily focused on new moon energy readings or full moon energy readings per se to, satisfy or entertain people who are into the zodiac or horoscopes or astrological stuff. No, this is purely the energy that we are in now and what you're feeling and what people are feeling individually, but specifically on a more collective scale. So in this new moon energy that just been feeling, the portal opens 3 days before and it closes 3 days after the moon day. Okay, so I've been feeling this energy for the past 3 or 4 days, and maybe it's just because I'm entering into a new year personally for myself, but it's incredibly, like, I'm excited. I have hope. I feel hope. I feel hope for the collective. This very, like, awe-inspiring, compassion, just a lot of beautiful, supportive energy. And in my personal year, I'm entering into 9. So 9 is like year completion, a year of completing a cycle. And maybe it's like this shedding, this layer of the red serpent, right? That serpent energy of just entering into a new, or shedding this old skin. And I feel like this new rebirth. And I felt that with this sigil I've had for several days, mind you. And I was just like, there was nothing negative about the sigil and the runes that I pulled. Nothing at all. Just purely just hope and positivity and growth. And so this new moon energy, I feel for the human collective is an invitation. I feel like there's an invitation for something new to happen. And I know, the whole, social media, Facebook thing, the media networks not telling all of the whole truth, nothing but the truth, anything but that, and it's just like, I feel this revival, this regeneration of something big happening, and it's good. Okay, now, when you choose to detach yourself from negativity or mindset, I have these two topics come up, or two things called productivity and consumerism, right? And when we are in the space of consumerism, we are now in this new energy are given this final, it's like a very final, paramount, like, space where we have to choose to detach ourselves from this consumer mindset, or to choose a more productive, being the producer in your life, right? I don't mean to be dualistic, because, I don't want this division. But there is this separation back into oneness. It's, and I say that, to say that the great illusion is separation. And when you're in the vibration of consumerism, you have lethargy, you have confusion, you have needing to be distracted, entertained. You get lost in the wormhole of distraction. Whatever you consume begins to consume your energy vortex, your mind, your heart, and your body. Okay. And it's almost like, ooh, let me watch this television show. And then you just they call it binge watching, and you get lost, and you can't stop. Oh, you should, have bills to pay, or you have very important meetings, or you have a doctor's appointment. But no, you need to sit and you need to watch and stuff your face with food and watch, Netflix, and just binge out. You binge watch. Okay. And so it's like, with this new powerful flux of energy that we have right now, that I'm feeling right now, this new moon, it's like, I want to produce, I want to create, I'm asking myself, what can I create right now in this present moment for myself or for the collective? And that right there, that paradigm, that frequency of being a co-creator in this existence is a powerful one because it brings you into the present moment. It's like it's powerful happening. It's hard for me to find all the words to articulate this energy that I'm feeling, and I hope that you're feeling it through like my excitement in this reading, because it's oh man, for me to tune into your own productivity. And I'm not talking about this hustle culture and in our capitalist consumer society where it's like you have to grind your life away, you have to work 2, 3, 4, 5 jobs, you have to work the 9 to 5. No, I'm not talking about that type of productivity where you're just working for a result, you're just working for a paycheck, you're just working just to work. No, it's like when you are in this space, in the vibration and frequency of being a producer, being the one that is, think of a person that's making a movie. The producer, the one that makes the movie, the one that has the big bucks to invest in the director, the direction of the film, the makeup artist, the actors, the wardrobe, the cinematography, the music, the film score. When you step into that space of producer, I am the producer in this video game, I'm the producer in this life, I'm the producer in this matrix. Wow. Then you begin to ask yourself questions. How can I create solutions? How can I create an end to my own personal problems? Okay? You always have to start with you first. A lot of the time, we as empaths and as light workers and whatever name you want to call yourself, witch, warlock, psychic, medium, a fairy, I don't know. There's so many names and labels, okay? But as an energy worker, I'll say we can kind of become very heart-centered, and we kind of cut off the lower energy centers. Our willpower is gone, our creativity is lacking, and we don't feel safe and secure within our own body. And so we tune up to our heart and our natural intuition and our ability to see far into the future, the potentiality, and we open up our crown chakra to bring in that wisdom to share with others and share the truth through our throat chakra. It's all like higher realms of consciousness that we love to tune into. And the challenge, I would say, for us energy workers and empaths and so on and so forth, healers, is being and taking on that role as a producer in your life. We must start with ourselves on a personal, individual level, meaning your health of your body, the health of your mind, and the health of your emotional well-being. Okay? That's your energy vortex. I keep saying this all the time. Energy vortex, your electromagnetic system, all right? But I just say energy vortex. And it's much harder to tune into those lower energy centers as a producer. It's scary. You don't know how things are going to manifest. There's so much, a lot of it's irrational fear, a lot of it's programmed fear, a lot of it's conditioned fear, a lot of it's ancestral fear, a lot of it's societal fear. I just might make a video on that on my other channel of the different types of fears that we have and that we have to peel those layers away. Everything is valid, okay? All those parts of ourselves are valid. But I'm asking you to, with this new moon energy, as this new moon energy portal is open, use this time wisely. November, That comes from Latin. I studied Latin in high school many years ago, but it was very important. I took it for a couple of years, and it helped me tremendously out throughout my academic career, I'd say. And the Latin, the meaning of November is 9. So you have novem or novem, okay? That is the Latin for the number 9. 9 is completion. 9 is the end of something. It's not truly December. December is not the end. It's 9, okay? Depending on how you tap or tune into sacred numerology. But November is the end of the year, okay? And so, using this energy, please start asking yourself some hard questions. What am I creating in my life? What type of emotions am I producing in my life? What type of thoughts? What is my thinking? What am I producing? What type of experiences am I producing for myself and for my family, for my spouse, for my lover, for my friends, for my family, for strangers on the street? We are actively co-creating, okay? And society and the entities that or I don't even know what, I'll call them the they, because that's what Ceka calls them, the they. So the they, okay? They even made a movie called They. Anywho, they want to shut off that creativity, okay? They want to shut that off. It's paramount that you pay attention to what's happening right now, especially if you use social media or electronic devices. Right now, they created the metaverse, okay? This has been planned for many, 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 many years. We've been told. We were just distracted and caught up by the lights and the glamour and the entertainment. You know the movie The Matrix? Yeah, okay? That was entertaining for us, but it was a way for them to tell the truth, because they have to tell the truth in order for their quote-unquote magic to work, okay? They have to tell the truth without telling the truth. They have to hide the truth in plain sight and market as entertainment. That's why you have the music and movie industries. That's why you have the entertainment industry as a distraction, so that they can use it as a cover for their own personal agendas. So they're using this metaverse as a way to shut off your own creative power, your role as a producer in your life. And this is critical right now, okay? In this present moment, what role are you playing? Are you a consumer or are you a producer? If you are a consumer and you're locked into the jobs, okay? You're working for that paycheck. You're programmed with your food, the type of foods you eat, right? You live to eat. You don't eat to live. You live to eat. You need entertainment to numb out the fact that you feel miserable in your life. You can't fixate on what your goals are. You can't clarify what your purpose is in your life. That's the role of a consumer. That's the frequency and vibration that they want you to be in. And it's going to go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into a descent. That is the role of the whole, or the what's taking place with this great separation. But it truly is not, it's really tricky for me to say that there's a separation going on. It's really tricky for me to say that there's a division, there's a great divide. All I can say is that there's truth, all right? And that truth is different for everyone. So I don't want to continue using the word separation as like a reality, because it is an illusion. All that exists is your truth. That's it. So if your truth is playing the role of a consumer, then that's what your truth is. And that's not wrong. That's not evil. That's not bad. That's just the energy and frequency of what is. If you choose the frequency and vibration of producer, That's where you are. That is the truth. That's your truth. Okay? It's more complicated than that, or doesn't really have to be at this point. I mean, it's right in front of we have the truth right in front of our face. But if you are playing the role of consumer, you're going to be caught up in distractions of your daily life that's been mapped out for you since the beginning of your life and the beginning of quote unquote time. All right? In this society, in this matrix, if you will. So yeah, I don't want to go on too long with this. It's a feeling. I couldn't pinpoint it in a vision or, in poetry. No, this is purely just a vibration I'm feeling this morning. I felt it days ago, and I felt it last week when the sigil came together through these runes, and I'm like, wow, there's nothing but hope. There's nothing but greatness. And this is for the human collective, okay? For those that are producers in their life. You are the producer of your movie, okay? So, for the rune reading, here we go. I pulled the rune of the plant, the herb, okay? This is for the energy vortex. So what's going on for the human collective with our mind? The seed has been planted and the herb is growing. Whatever seeds you've planted last year or the past, wherever you are in your life cycle right now, it's coming to fruition. It's coming to manifestation into physical reality. All your thoughts and thinking and thought forms, ideas, imagination, it's coming. It's here. This is the time for you to bask in that, okay? For us, we collective, to bask in this frequency of growth. Amazing, powerful stuff. The next rune that I have for our emotional body as a human collective, I have pulled the H, the rune, the bridge. You see two men or two women or two beings, I should say. I'm not even doing the whole dualistic male, female. No, being, okay? I see two beings coming together, shaking hands, coming to agreement, bridging that gap, unifying, right? You have three energies. You have one energy to the left, to the right, and then you have the bridge in the middle, the third energy. So there's a great unification with the heart, with our emotional well-being. There's an integration, a meeting in the middle, a unification. And last but not least, for the body, the physicality of the human collective, I pulled the Holy Trinity womb rune, okay? This is the triangle, the shape of the womb. And by far, you can't get any better than this, okay? You have a triangle with 3 is creativity. The womb, creativity, the portal of creativity, the portal of life, the portal of all that is and all that will ever be, all that has been. It's the portal of life, of birth, of rebirth, okay? So that's what I pulled for the energy vortex for the rune reading. And last but not least, we have the sigil. Now, in this sigil here, you see the two beings shaking hands in the middle over an herb, over a garden, okay? A garden, right? Most of us are being called back to the land, back to growing our own food, back to living organically, thinking organically, creating organically, back to our organic roots. And they're standing over the womb of all creation. I see great support. Ooh, great creative support. You see that the triangle has 3 energies, 3 sides, 1, 2, 3. And then you have 1, 2, 3 above you, the H. So there's a connection there. The 3 and the 3. Do you see that? 3 equals 6. This is also tying into the energy that's coming, that's already, we feel next year already. Again, it's a blending of timelines and the separation of timelines, or basically I should say the what is it? What's the what source? What is it? What's the word? The dissolving of the illusion begins now, this month. The dissolving, the veil is dissolving. And I'm not saying that there's not going to be any like growing pains, because anytime I see this rune of growth, I see the herb there, I see healing. And, anytime, sometimes you have that soil can be a bit tough, right? For that plant to break through, for that plant to sprout. And it can be painful, shedding the skin, okay? Shedding that skin for this new rebirth. But man, what's going to help us with this is being connected to the earth, being connected to the mother energy, okay? I'm not talking about just, all these labels of male, female, and I was speaking to my partner last night about it. He's like, it's just being, all being. We're just beings having a human experience. I'll get into that another time, but please take heed with this message. Are you a producer, a consumer? What role are you playing? Because we have amazing potential. There's potential here. I don't say this lightly. I don't say this lightly at all. And in conclusion, I'm not one to just, you're probably not going to get another moon reading from me. I just, moon, our relationships to the planets is personal. Okay, you got to figure that out on an individual basis. Because I'll say this in conclusion to this reading, you need to be very, very, very careful what you consume now more than ever before. Be very mindful, be very heartful of what you consume. And most importantly, what you produce. Because whatever you produce, whatever you create for other people to consume, and it's not really serving their highest good, you're going to feel that. You're going to feel that tenfold. Because the veil is dissolving, y'all. It's a wrap. It's over. So may this message find you well and whole. Please check out my music channel called SLVRTR, Silvertree, without the vowels, SLVRTR. And then also my third channel, Seeds of Silvertree, where I just do day-to-day vlogging. And for future reference, right now, I'm making a lot of videos for this month of November over at my Seeds of Silvertree channel, but again, it may change because I will be employed soon, and I'll be very busy focusing more on what I'm producing right now. So, be the producer in this play. Be the producer of this video game. Be the producer of this movie that we call life. As always, embrace supreme loving guidance. Expand your consciousness and evolve your human being.